Hello, welcome to Story Time. Today's story in the Bible is about worry. And first of all, before I tell you the story, Ted and I would like to share a story that we like very much with you called The Worried Sparrow. Here's part of the story now.
There was once a very worried sparrow. All the other birds looked up at the bright blue sky and sang for joy, but not the very worried sparrow. He was not like the rest of his family, because instead of like them going cheep cheep, he went meep meep, as he was worried about everything. He was just worried about flying. He worried about having enough food. He worried about finding a mate and building a nest. And most of all, he worried about the terrible sparrowhawk. But then he made a very important discovery. What finally changed him was when the turtle dove told him the stories about the great Father who made all of us and who cares about every sparrow. And he realized he didn't have to worry any more. He stopped going meep, meep, and said cheep, cheep.
The story was all about a sparrow who worried too much, and instead of going cheep cheep, he went meep, meep, because he was very worried. And there's a passage in the Bible that tells us we don't need to worry. And Ted has been telling that to little Ted, because little Ted worries about things, and he's made Ted a little worry doll. Going to show you how to make that later. But first of all, I'd like you to help me tell the story. And we're going to use some signs. So the sign for worry is like we close things inside us. So we go like that, worry. And if we're not worrying, don't worry. We give all our worries away. Don't worry. Like that, don't worry. See if you can do that sign. Don't worry. We're going to use that quite a lot. We're going to use some other signs. So perhaps I'll tell the story twice and you can learn the signs and tell the story with me. So Paul was telling people how to follow Jesus. And he said, don't worry, but celebrate everything that God has done for you. Don't worry. Sometimes when we worry, we get cross with other people when we should be kind and gentle. Don't worry. God is always with us. Don't worry. Talk to God about everything that's on your mind. Share your worries with God, because God will help you. Don't worry. That's a great story. Shall we try that one more time so that you can do the actions with me? Don't worry, but instead celebrate everything that God has done for you. Don't worry. Sometimes when we worry, we get cross with other people, and we should be kind and gentle. Don't worry. God is always with us. Don't worry. Talk to God about everything that's on your mind. Share your worries with God, because God will help you. Don't worry. So we shouldn't worry, and we should be able to tell other people if something is worrying us. So what we've been making is a little worry doll. It's made out of a peg, and it's got some wool wrapped around it to make clothes. So I used 2 different colours of wool. I used some stripy wool and some plain coloured wool, and I put a little face on the peg. And that's so that little Ted can tell his worry doll, like we can tell God, all the things that are troubling him. I wonder if you can make a worry doll. Have fun and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.